Top story at 5:30. Another new development today. It looks like there will be no takeover or split up of the Jefferson County public school system, at least for now. New developments underway in Frankfort as lawmakers are spending this Friday evening wrapping up the 2025 General Assembly by putting the final touches on bills that will become law and the others that will go away and die. Our senior reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez and photojournalist Jessica Farley are live at the Capitol right now. And Isaiah, it really looked like Republican lawmakers were going hard on the JCPS breakup. So what happened in the end here?
They were certainly hinting to it. They had sort of made it seem like it was a priority. But so far we had two bills that were sort of a focus here. One that really honed in on taking over individual schools, potentially within JCPS. The other that would open up an avenue to create independent school districts, essentially going toward a split for districts like JCPS. But ultimately, we saw different priorities. Adding exceptions to Kentucky's near total abortion ban for rape and incest is going nowhere in this legislative session. Is that surprising to you? Do you ever see that changing when it comes to things like rape and incest?
I really can't, opine on that. I don't know that we would add, we're certainly not looking to add that here.
But lawmakers have passed a bill to outline when a Kentucky doctor can perform an abortion to save a woman's life.
They really felt like they were running into problems treating women with a crisis pregnancy and needed just some clarifications around what they can and can't do.
Was this essentially to keep doctors from leaving the state out of fear of criminal prosecution?
Well, I mean, that's part of it. Obviously we need more OBGYNs here in Kentucky to care for moms and babies.
Republican State Representative Kim Mosier, a former neonatal intensive care and flight nurse, helped draft this part of House Bill 90, which now sits on Governor Andy Beshear's desk. Beshear has concerns.
Is it more or less restrictive than the current understanding in the medical community that we have right now? We need more access, and that's what I'll always push for.
Representative Rachel Rourke of Louisville, the only House Democrat to vote yes.
I hope that it will provide more protections, but also I think some of my colleagues felt like it may not, and that there may be even more lawsuits that they are subjected to.
Meanwhile, Republicans have locked in on LGBTQ issues to stop taxpayer-funded gender transition services inside state prisons and ban transgender Kentuckians from using Medicaid to get gender transition treatment. I asked House Speaker David Osborne of Prospect. Gender transition services was a real focus of this session. Why?
It was an important issue to some people.
I posed the same question to Chris Hartman of the Fairness Campaign.
Your guess is as good as mine. I can't figure out why the Kentucky General Assembly is so hyper-fixated on our transgender community. 5,000 to 10,000 Kentuckians could potentially lose access to their health care because of the provisions that have been added at the 11th hour.
Isaiah, let's talk about a couple of other things. This means it's all coming down to the wire for at least two other laws that are so popular around here: crushing the cars of street racers and tougher penalties for those who steal copper wire. What's new with the car crushing bill?
Doug, the car crushing has done well in the House. It's actually passed the House with overwhelming support. It sits in the Senate, so this will likely have to be something that passes after the veto period. You get a sense Republicans believe that won't be something the governor will veto. As for another key issue, copper wire thieves, there is a bill that would crack down on those who steal copper wires, especially in Louisville. We've seen it so much. That bill is on the governor's desk. It is up to him whether to sign it. Doug.